My name is Ruth Akiki Komuntale. I'm the Managing Director, Ikoka East Africa. I know Ikoka might sound like something really new. Ikoka is this innovation you see before you. It is the first energy efficient off-grid solar electric cook stove. Why the Ikoka? Today we have seen a lot of issues that we have in Uganda and globally. These issues are around climate change. We know that our farmers now, much as Uganda's backbone is agriculture, no longer know when to plant, when to harvest. All this has been brought about by our behavior. We have started to act against Mother Earth. So what that has done is affected our weather and our climate. One of the biggest issues we have is energy poverty in Uganda. And energy poverty looks like you have an electric wire going over your house, but you have a kerosene lamp in your house. Energy poverty looks like there is electricity at your neighbors and there is firewood in your house. That is energy poverty. The Ikoka solar cook stove, Ikoka stands for electronic cooker. This, the thing you see before you. So we have innovated a solar electronic cook stove, runs 100% on solar, connecting to your cooker in the house through your ventilator or the roof. We have started our work in Uganda in the refugee settlements. Someone might wonder, why did you go to the refugee settlements? The refugee settlements were a big place for hostility with the communities, the host communities. Most of the time, our people of interest, the refugees, were cutting down the trees for energy supply. There was food supplied, but they did not really have fuel to cook their food. So even us ourselves, over 90% of Uganda still uses unprocessed biomass. And some of that comes in forms of charcoal, in forms of firewood. And we really want to cook food for our homes. We are not trying to buy charcoal for decoration. So we notice that we can continue planting as many trees, but if we do not have a solution to stop the tree cutting, the tree planting will continue but fail. So now we have a solution, the solar cooker. We have gone into Bidibidi Refugee Settlement and Kiangwali Refugee Settlement. We're also in Rakai. What you see out here is some of the work we do, that we don't just come and bring to you a product. We have worked with CARE, we have worked with Caritas, we have worked with PESITHO, and what they have done is to subsidize this technology to the refugees and the host community. They have paid almost 70% of the cost so that the people who are actually prone to cutting the trees can stop. So we supply the solar cook stove to these communities. What you see before here is a cooking agent showing the community or the beneficiary household how to operate the system. We actually have also incorporated or set up our people, the maintenance team, into cooperatives. They go ahead and maintain this product wherever it is sold. We also have the different ways, the demo on cooking, the different things that you can cook on this solar cooker. The solar cooker was designed to cook for a family of between 5 to 7 initially, and this was because of the study that was done in the refugee settlements. So you have it cooking your breakfast, your lunch and dinner, but we know that nowadays the trend has even changed to just breakfast and lunch, and then it is warmed at dinner. So it is a 6-liter pot that is strictly designed to work with this cooker. Comes with 5 lights, and it is now here in Uganda being assembled in Yumbe district for the benefit of all Ugandans. So I introduce to you the world's first energy efficient cook stove, the solar cook stove called Ikoka. Welcome to the Ikoka. I hope that every household in Uganda can have the Ikoka to them. We will shortly demonstrate to you how it works, what not to do, where to find us, and that's when I will call upon our business manager to introduce this to you. These are bulbs that you can put in your house and wire them to the different rooms of your house, a portable lamp, a torch, and 2 cooking pots, because our behavior patterns have shown that we in Uganda, we cook our sauce and our food separately. So you still get 2 cooking pots and a huge solar panel, 275 watts. So this is the ECOCA. And I also call upon government actually to come in and partner with us. We are already partnering with government in different other forums, but we now would like to call upon government to help us and work with us the way the other international partners have done, CARE, Caritas and PESITHO, and subsidize this product for the usual Ugandan. How does the ECOCA work? The ECOCA is very simple. You have your panel out on your roof. You take your pot, sit it on the cooker, and power on. Once you power on, 1 is for warming food, 2 is for cooking soft foods ranging from rice, spaghetti, matoke, kaunga, kalo, that's millet bread, flour, any kinds of flours that you mingle, and whichever names we give them. We also have 3 for the harder foods: oxtail, beef, peas and beans. And this is your power button. You cook with your ECOCA. So right now I'll choose option 2 because what I have in here is a liter of water. Whenever you're cooking with the ECOCA, take your contents, put them in the cooker, cover with the first lid, always, and the second lid. Keep our handle up. And we choose number 2 for heating. It will immediately heat your water quickly. Just using our solar energy. And we will see how long this will take. Our water will already be boiling, and that's your solar. If you're cooking your harder foods, peas, dried peas or dried beans, please soak them overnight to save energy. We have a habit of just putting our dry beans in the water and putting on the stove. That actually costs you a lot of money because then you keep replenishing your energy source. So we advise under our protocol, soak your beans overnight. In the morning, wash them twice or thrice, put them in your pot and cook. And they will cook for about 45 to 58 minutes. Your rice will cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, or even less depending on the quality of the rice. So this is the solution to go for. This is a solution that has come to save our mothers. Women have suffered many years in the kitchen. You expect the woman to cook your breakfast, your lunch, and your supper. And usually you notice that there's a fatigue that comes with it, even in their attitude. But what are they really avoiding? They're avoiding smoke. They're avoiding stress. Put more firewood. Put more charcoal. Mommy, charcoal is finished. Auntie, charcoal is finished. But with this, God has given us the sun for free. So this energy is renewing itself daily. And we have come to harness that same energy for your good, for our good, for all our beneficiaries' good. So we're in partnership with the government of Uganda to achieve our SDG goals. We support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost all the goals are being satisfied by using this ECOCA. No poverty. Energy poverty is real. That we already explained. Zero hunger. We notice that people may have food, but the fuel to actually put it on the table. That is where the ECOCA comes in. Good health and well-being. The World Health Organization has put the rate of mortality, death from respiratory issues almost higher than malaria today. And this is coming from issues such as pollution from cooking with unprocessed biomass. So if you use the ECOCA, you forego that. Our girls and boys are being raped. Actually right now it has even caused to the boys. They're being sexually abused. They're being indecently assaulted. They're being assaulted. And this is coming from being away from a school. Out of school time, they're out in the bush trying to collect fuel sources like firewood. Gender equality. This cannot be overemphasized. Half of the woman's time is spent in the kitchen. How more can we stress this? Because our productivity is now reduced to cooking. So that means if we are cutting the cooking time by over 70%, then this is a technology to go for. We have affordable and clean energy. If you convert the rate at which you're saving, because this cooker will take you for between 6 to 8 years. If you convert how much you have saved in time, in money, this is a very affordable cooking solution. And Decent work and economic growth. Even our kitchen should be decent. But you get into the kitchen, you find people sneezing, people are having hankies just to put a meal at the table. Cooking should really be enjoyable, because for some of us, it's actually a hobby. Reduced inequalities. We want to just balance that equation between the men and the women. Go into your kitchen, cook for 30 minutes, get out and be more productive elsewhere. Sustainable cities and communities. The urban scene has been the biggest consumer of unprocessed biomass. We have seen a lot of charcoal coming from the islands. I will not mention which ones, we all know. We've seen a lot of charcoal coming on government vehicles, coming in private vehicles, coming on lorries. Firewood is getting into our schools, our hospitals, our big markets that cook food, and our cities are no longer clean. One of the ways we can help to make sure that this is achieved, this goal is achieved, is to use the ECOCA, because it is harvesting the sun's energy. Climate action. This is pure climate action. That's SDG 13. Life on land. Our life, even our constitution gives us the right to a clean and healthy environment. But this right is not just handed over to you on the plate. We participate in enjoyment of this right. So our participation has been this innovation. Can your participation be partaking of the innovation? Then we have peace, justice as strong institutions. I spoke about the conflict that was existing in the Bidibidi Refugee Settlement between the host community and the refugees. Now we have more peaceful coexistence between the refugees. And so it's really all partnership for the goals. We are now partnering with government. We are partnering with private sector to make sure that clean cooking comes affordably to the Ugandan. So here we are. Who are our partners? I spoke of CARE, Caritas, PESITHO. We are having more talks with other entities, and soon, if you have visited Kiangwali, if you have visited Bidibidi, if you visited Rakai, you have seen the Ikoka as community kitchens or as private domestic products. They're all being taken up. So this is your product for the sake of the current and the future generation, for God and my country.
I'm Ronald Kawesa, and I'm the business manager for Ikoka East Africa, but I also handle the technical aspects of the product, the Ikoka. So I'm going to take you through the technical aspects, how you use the product, the Ikoka, and how it can be maintained so that you can successfully benefit from it. So just as it was said, this is the complete set of the unit. So it comes with 2 cooking pots, or what you would call saucepans. It comes with a 275 watt panel. So it also comes with a set of wired lights, DC lights. It comes with a portable torch, a portable lamp, and like I said, the 2 pots. So how does the Ikoka works? Knowing that it's a solar product, it is new on the market, but then how does it work? Well, the panel captures the energy from the sun and through its wire into the base, it transfers the energy into the battery. So the Ikoka has an inbuilt battery within it that stores the charge. So while cooking, the pot uses part of the energy from the panel, but then part of the energy is also stored in the battery, so that when there is no sunshine or when it is cloudy, the pot can use the energy from the battery to complement what the panel is producing as energy. So when you come to the pot, it is an insulated pot. And this pot is only customized to work on the Ikoka. I'll demonstrate to you how the pot looks like. This is the pot, if I can sit underneath. So inside it has a heating element that is able to get energy from the battery and convert it to heat energy for cooking. It is a stainless steel pot, so your food will not get burnt. And it's also very easy to clean. So this pot comes with still an insulated lid and also a glass lid that helps to keep the pressure within the pot. And this is how the pot looks like on the inside. So this pot is a 400 watts pot, 400 watts. And if you compare other electrical devices on the market that are used for cooking, for example, electric pressure cookers or hot plates, this is more efficient. 400 watts, but then an EPC or electric pressure cooker will be you'll find some at 1,500 watts, 2,000 watts, 3,000 watts. So the Ikoka has a much lower energy consumption. Imagine only 400 watts. Yes, but then how does other accessories work? Well, for the DC lights, remember these are wide lights, so you can basically put them around the house, for example, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, or the sitting room to help the children do their reading, but also to guide you in your cooking. So these wide lights, they all have USB wires, because the Ikoka has USB ports. So basically just get the wide lights and just insert it in one of the ports, just like that. And each of these lights has its own independent switch that you can switch on depending on the need or where you want to have lighting for. So for the lamp, this is a portable lamp. It is not designed to be on all the time, but rather it is designed for emergency purposes. Maybe when you are going outside, it is dark and you need some lighting, well, this will do. So this light also has different energy levels, like I'll demonstrate. This is the first energy level, the second energy level, and the third energy level. Good with the lamp, it can be charged under the sunshine. Place it under the sunshine or outside the house when it is daytime. It has a mini solar panel, it will charge. On the other side, it can also be charged using the Ikoka itself, the energy stored in the battery. And how is that done? Well, the Ikoka comes with other charging cables. So this charges the lamp, but also charges the torch. So how do you do this? Just get the wide lamp, and then you insert it within the second USB port, and then just open the rubber clip. You see, this is the charging area. So basically the same way you charge your phone, you just insert it. And basically you can see the three lights are blinking. That means it's charging. When it is fully charged, it will all be blue, no light will be blinking. When this comes to the torch, it also has different energy levels, and it's a very strong torch, very bright, and can light to far away distances. So this is the switch for the torch. When you turn it on, like you can see, it gives light from the front. So the second energy level, it gives also light on the sides, but it's also a magnetic torch, so you can basically place it on the Ikoka and it gives you light on the surrounding area. It's a rechargeable torch, but then how do you charge it? You just open the back cover, and this is how it looks like. It's also being charged by means of a USB port. So you can use the wired USB port, just clip the torch in, and when it is indicating red, yes, it is charging. When it is fully charged, it will be displaying color green, so there you can remove it and you can start using it or store it aside. So besides that, how efficient is the Ikoka? So we have carried out a number of tests cooking with the Ikoka and comparing it with other energy sources on the market. Well, when you're cooking beans, we can benchmark on a kilogram of beans. With a kilogram of beans, you'll basically spend 800 watt hours. And when you convert this into shillings, this is basically between 300 shillings and 400 shillings to cook a kilogram of beans. Now, how much more would you use, or how much money would you use if you're cooking a kilogram of beans using charcoal or using firewood? Because the charcoal of around 3,000, 5,000, that's what you would spend to cook a kilogram of dry beans. But with the Ikoka, you are spending between 300 and 400 shillings, not even 500 shillings to cook a kilogram of beans. Then if it's able to cook that much at a lesser cost and very energy efficient, don't you think this is a product worth going for? So the Ikoka, we have designed it, part of it to take care of your lighting needs at home. So it's both a cooking and lighting solution run on 100% solar energy. So basically, that's what the Ikoka can do. But then I'll also explain more on the cooking programs, just as my colleague explained, that before you turn on the Ikoka, the first thing you do, make sure that you have your ingredients ready for cooking, because we want to conserve energy. Because once you place the pot onto the base and you switch on any of these buttons, it will begin heating. And when it is heating, remember it is draining energy from the battery, but also getting energy from the panel. And we don't want to keep on wasting energy. So good it is that all your ingredients are ready for cooking, and then you switch it on the Ikoka and then just begin cooking. So basically, number one is for warming foods. Or you have the cook has prepared this food, but then you want to warm it up later on. So number one, we'll do that. But then number two is basically for cooking lighter foods or foods that take a short time to get ready. Just as my colleague explained, the rice, the cassava, the yams, the posho, the matoke, that's number two. And then number three is for cooking hard foods or foods that take long to get ready. You may think of beans, you may think of offals, you may think of meat. So that's number three. But the Ikoka, it can both cook and also do the frying at the same time. Yes, so one more thing that I don't want to miss out is the way you handle the Ikoka. This is an electric device. And just like any other electric devices you have at home, care must be taken when you're using them. For example, this pot has a heating element within it. So how do we use the pot? This pot, we wash it inside with water. So you open it up, get your sponge, and then you wash it inside. But then on the outside, we just wipe it with a clean cloth because we don't want water to enter into the connectors inside here. Because once water enters the connectors, it interferes with the heating and the temperature sensors within the pot. And therefore, your pot will become dysfunctional and not be able to be used on the Ikoka. So that is one of the maintenance issue one must take care of. And also because this is a solar product, this panel has to be maintained. So when you put the panel off the roof, on the roof, you have to maintain it. How? You make sure that there are no leaves falling onto the panel, or the panel is not put into a shade. And remember, this is Africa. We're not all that developed, so we have a lot of dust. So dust settles on the panel. So every 2 months, it is that you wipe the panel off the dust so that you can get maximum energy that the panel is able to tap to feed our battery here. But then what's the guarantee, or what is the lifespan of the Ikoka? That's a question that we have been confronted with in so many forums. Just as any other solar product that's run on battery-based, batteries weaken after a certain period of time. But with the battery that is incorporated within the Ikoka, we give you between 6 to 8 years of functionality. So it doesn't mean that after 6 to 8 years, your battery is dead or it cannot work. But then its efficiency reduces. For example, from 100% to 80%. So for us in the cooking area, 80% is not good enough for cooking. So what we do, we remove the battery, or you bring the battery back to us, or you call us, we come and remove the battery, and then we replace it with a new battery so that you continue with your cooking. With the solar panel, as long as you maintain the solar panel, it will work for you for over 25 years. As long as you maintain it, the panel will always work. So the other tricky part is only the battery. After between 6 to 8 years, depending on the way you use it, replace it. Now, the battery that has been removed, will it be just dumped as e-waste? Well, that's not the case. At Ikoka East Africa, we have developed a plan to use these batteries to turn them into a solar lighting system. So these batteries are still strong enough to provide lighting for a household of over 5-6 rooms. It's very, very efficient. You can still do that. But for cooking, it's not good enough to do the cooking. But with lighting, yes, it's very good. You can still turn it. So we don't want to have anything put to waste. Everything has to be maximized for its total output. So basically, that is the Ikoka. And we are basically found in Zambia at the Uganda Episcopal Conference, just after the Zambia Hospital. So reach out to us with the contacts that are going to be displayed there on the screen. Reach out to us. We're looking for distributors to get this product off the shelf to the most vulnerable people who need it. So we are looking for distributors all over the country who can partner with us to have the Ikoka reach the most vulnerable people who need it. Those are the people in off-grid settings, but also those in urban centers, because when you look at all these trucks ferrying charcoal, where are they taking it? They're taking it to the urban centers. You in the urban centers, you are the ones who are consuming all this charcoal. They are cutting it in the villages and bringing it down here. So what happens if charcoal is depleted. Because right now, charcoal has been got from northern Uganda. When it was depleted, we are now in West Nile. What will happen when West Nile, there are no longer more trees to cut? Shall we go cross over into Sudan? So these technologies have come in hand. We shall not say that these technologies are for the rural population, but even us in the urban centers, we are the most consumers of charcoal. And more so where the people, we need convenience. Nobody wants to come back home and then you begin lighting your stove to do your cooking. Good it is at night, the cooker will give you 3 hours of cooking time because there's no sunshine. So during daytime, it has stored this energy in the battery. So at night time, it will give you 2 hours of cooking time with just a press of the button. And within a few minutes, you're able to cook your quick food, your rice, maybe spaghetti, your matoke, your dinners, and they are ready and you partake. It has no smoke. It is emission free. That's the first thing. And also being that the pot is insulated, you have no accidents or fire accidents related to the pot. But the way the pot is designed, once you place the lid back and you lock it up, the lid cannot come off. So it is held tight. So, and also because the pot is insulated, it is warm to touch. Even underneath, it will not burn, so you can easily carry it from off the base to the table for serving. So it is very, very safe to use. So we encourage all of you guys to come out here and use the ECOCA. It's not a technology for the rural population, but it's also a solution for you guys in the urban centers, because you are the main consumers and you are the ones who are encouraging our rural population to continue cutting trees so that you have something to cook with. So embrace the Ikoka. This is the new technology, but we're also calling on the government to partner with us, to partner with the private sector to have the Ikoka subsidized so that it can be able to be affordable by our urban population, also those who are in desperate need of fuel for cooking. So with that, thank you very much, and I wish you a blessed day.